Muscle on top of muscle. He was just awesome, kind of like Greg Provenzano. He was just incredible, man. He was just huge, and his name was actually Big Brutus. He was the very best in all the land. Could chop wood faster than anybody, was definitely the strongest, and definitely the largest. Well, one day, the other logger in the camp, who was the complete opposite, his name was Little Skip, who weighed in about 130 pounds, stood about 5'1", very thin, decided to walk up to Big Brutus and challenge him to a contest. So he walks up to Brutus one day and says, "Hey Brutus, you know what? I got an idea. This is my third day here and I'm going to challenge you to a contest. I bet tomorrow morning starting at 9 o'clock I can chop more wood than you, faster than you, pile it up higher than you, and if I do, you have to give me your salary, give me your private cabin, and you have to leave the camp." Well, Big Brutus had never been beaten. He says, "Absolutely, you know what, Little Skip? You are on. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, it's a bet." So the entire camp, all night long, over dinner, all they did was talk about this contest. They all went to bed so excited about the next morning. The next morning, they get up, and at 9 o'clock, they get everybody out into the middle of the camp. They have the wood piled up on either side, and Big Brutus walks up and picks up his axe. And Little Skip walks up and picks up his axe. And they wait for the whistle to blow. And right at 9 o'clock, the whistle blows, and they pull back their axes, and they begin to chop as fast and as hard as they possibly can. Sweat's pouring off their face, and they keep chopping the wood, piling it up, chopping the wood, piling it up. But about 9:45, Little Skip says, "You know what? I think it's time for a break." Disappears for 15 minutes and comes back at 10 o'clock. Big Brutus can't believe what he's seeing. This guy's just walking away and comes back 15 minutes later. But he doesn't care. He just keeps chopping. It's his chance to get ahead. This goes on again. 45 more minutes. They're both chopping, chopping, chopping. Finally, 11:15, it's time for another break. Disappears for 15 minutes. Comes back at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock. Big Brutus is going insane. What's this guy doing? Taking a nap? All day long, at 45 minutes past the hour, Little Skip would take a break for 15 minutes and come back at the top of the hour, while Big Brutus chopped as long and as hard and as fast as he possibly could all day long. 5 o'clock comes. They pile up both piles of wood, and to everyone's shock and surprise, Little Skip had twice as much wood piled up as Big Brutus. Brutus looks at this, he can't believe what he's seen. He takes his axe, he breaks it on his leg, throws it on the ground, says, "I'm 3 times the size as you, 3 times as strong as you. I've been chopping wood all day, and you've been taking a snooze every 45 minutes. How in the world do you have so much wood piled up?" Little Skip just backs up and sets down his axe and says, "Hey, I just went out back every 45 minutes and sharpened my axe." Because our business is happening so quickly, we get so caught up in just working over and over and over and over, doing the exact same thing, and saying, "Why aren't things getting any better for me? How come I've only reached this level?" You have to stop. You have to step back and ask yourself, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What can I do to sharpen my mental axe? That's what this training weekend is all about. Thank you. You are here to sharpen your mental axes. So I give you credit, number one, for having the knowledge to come here. See, it's all about enthusiasm. Those people you saw up there on that video, they come to work not for a paycheck, because they're enthusiastic about what they're doing. The last 4 letters of enthusiasm were IASM, which means I am sold myself. If you're convinced, you'll be convincing. If you're sold, you can sell the product. Well, inside, we believe the same thing. If we're convinced, we can be